Logitech has heard you loud and clear, and they have delivered. The large minds at Logitech have released a brand new G Pro X SUPERLIGHT 2C. It's not just a smaller version of the SUPERLIGHT. Logitech has actually made some minors as well, so they're slowly getting close to the same level as the Chinese clones. Hilariously, the minor improvements didn't make it to the SUPERLIGHT 2 SE, which came out a few months ago. Sucks to be those guys, if there's anyone that actually bought one. Oh yeah, they're still using the same faulty components that are in all the other SUPERLIGHTs, but I'll whinge about that later. As Logitech are a small indie company, it's natural it would take them 5 years to shrink the size of an existing mouse. Okay, I'm going to try and not sound bitter, but there's a good reason why I am. I'll do my best to save my ranting until the end. Besides, there is some stuff that I'm going to praise Logitech for. So specification wise, this compact has all the same internals as the SUPERLIGHT 2s, 44,000 DPI, 8,000 Hz polling, and other bigger numbers that sound great in a press release. The real focus point is the reduced size. As I mentioned earlier, people have been asking this for a long time now, so I'd imagine that this mouse would be adopted more than the SUPERLIGHT 2 DeX, which seems to have been a bit of a dud by Logitech standards, almost as if people want you to remake the classics that you are known for with updated internals, you dumb f***. Sorry about that. So let's focus on the shape change. The standard SUPERLIGHT is 125mm long, 64mm wide and 40mm tall, and weighs approximately 60 grams. The SUPERLIGHT 2 Compact is 118mm long, 61mm wide and 39mm tall, and weighs just 51 grams. This doesn't feel too alien in the hand compared to the full-size version. So I played with this mouse using various grip types, and here are my thoughts about how the reduced shape might impact each of them. From a fingertip grip point of view, it is excellent. Because of how they scaled down the shape, it feels the most natural for me. However, because of the compactness of the shape, I found that there isn't as much flexibility for finger placement due to the shorter curve. As it is substantially more compact, it also means there's no contact against my hand, so the bottom section is pretty much just there to balance the mouse a bit more. For claw grip, I found it comfortable for the most part and didn't require a lot of adjustment from the standard SUPERLIGHT 2. One thing I did experience and found annoying is that the side buttons and scroll wheel were out of reach, and I would have to sometimes adjust my grip to use them. For palm grip, the comfort and usability of this highly depends on hand size and finger placement. I can palm grip this, but most of my fingers have to be arched to sit on the mouse properly. Whilst holding it like this, the side buttons are still reachable for me with my thumb. However, I find that because of the narrowness of this mouse, it's not as comfortable as the full-size version, but that's to be expected with my gorgeous manly hands. The most important thing when buying this mouse is to check your hand size if you're planning to use a claw or palm grip. If you're wanting to use a fingertip grip, I honestly think it will be fine regardless. Just be aware that the right side gets a bit tight with the shorter curvature. But should you buy it? I'm getting to that. Besides, it's time to praise Logitech. I know. I am actually going to say good things now. The weight reduction of approximately 9 grams is noticeable, mainly due to another improvement Logitech has made. The mouse feet aren't completely dog. I have gone on about these feet with every SUPERLIGHT release. They have been a constant blight on this mouse because they're incredibly thin and scratchy. You can hear and feel the difference on almost every mousepad versus literally any other mouse. But on the SUPERLIGHT 2C, they are now slightly rounded, and my god, the difference is honestly frustrating. They don't feel scratchy on any mousepad I've tried so far, to the point that I can actually feel the smoothness of them, and they feel great. It's insane it's taken them 5 years to fix these, and the fact that they've had some decent stock skates this whole time, but they've just f***ed up the design, is maddening. They have shown they have the capacity to do the bare minimum, it just takes them 5 years to do it. If anyone at Logitech is watching this video, good job. Now, when I've been playing with this, it has been kind of enjoyable, excluding one area which regular viewers on this channel will already know about. Anyway, I find the size reduction has made this mouse a really solid choice for fingertip grip. Obviously, it's not a more bespoke fingertip grip design that we see a lot of these days, but I feel the front end of the SUPERLIGHT C really does provide a lot of support, as well as the fullness of the design providing a bit more balance when using it. It's not going to be the fastest mouse on your mousepad of choice, but it will certainly have a lot more control by default and reduce the required adjustment time. And that's mainly what I noticed when using this mouse with other grip types as well. It feels like there has been a decent amount of effort put into this to make sure it's not just a shrunk version of the mouse and then stuck in a box. It's like they wanted to make a smaller profile design, but still keep it in a place where it is usable for a variety of different games and aim styles. This is likely going to be a mouse that I think can fulfill a variety of roles, much like the regular SUPERLIGHT. If you have a certain hand size and you're not sure what the best option is, then this one is likely going to be the one that has the highest probability of satisfying you. It might not be the perfect choice, but it will still be a good one if you were to buy it, which I highly recommend that you do not, as they haven't addressed the faulty scroll wheel switch. At this point, it's tiring. I don't like hating and doing negative content. It's incredibly draining, especially when it's something as frustrating as this, as it's a faulty part that is easily fixable. So I'm asking you, if you have a SUPERLIGHT, to try this experiment out before you say it's just me. Load up a game and bind shoot to the middle mouse button, trigger it, then release the pressure on the middle mouse button slightly. Not so much that the switch lifts and loses contact, it should stop. This is what happens to all of my SUPERLIGHTs. For the amount of money that this costs, having this faulty component in your mouse is still a joke. Speaking of money, as this mouse is smaller with less materials in it, you'd expect it to be cheaper. And it is, at $159.99. Huh. So this is $20 less than the other large lads, for some reason, based on the recommended retail price at the time of recording this video, subject to change. For other countries, it's roughly the same price as the full-sized versions, so who knows why there's this weird price discrepancy. However, this is Logitech, and they have done sneaky price rises in the past, with the SUPERLIGHT 2 being bumped to around $180, which sounds mental when I say it out loud, because it is. Personally, I don't think you should buy this mouse. $160 is just too much money, especially for a mouse that still has faulty components. Until Logitech fixes this, don't buy it. If Logitech does fix it, it might be worth getting at around the $130 price range. If the X2 SuperStrike has this faulty scroll wheel, you might be interested in a 200Hz gaming monitor that costs the same as this mouse. There's a video on screen now, watch it, it's really good.